Hey guys, welcome to Group Chat. We got a hot episode for you. We have our friend Eric Deluxe is joining us to just hang and then talk about a little exclusive Group Chat merch drop. Talking about that at the end of the episode. Today is Bubble Talk. We'll call it Bubble Chat. It's it's a specific type of episode that we do every now and then, and we just ended up.
Drama and Anand are just liberal elites.
No. Wait till you hear about D's biggest issue. Wait till you hear D is in a legal battle.
The fight.
D is in a legal battle with the city of LA. Wait till you hear.
Anand's a Warriors
what he's
fan.
all up in arms about. Anand might secretly be a Warriors fan.
Drama
chance.
and Anand's week are just a joke. You guys, this is what when the siege happens.
Yeah.
They're coming for the two of you.
No, that's Anand. I was a guest.
24
I was
hours.
invited. I was barely even welcome there.
No. I don't know.
It was our Joe Rogan version of a podcast.
Yeah. We really just caught up and just talked about stories from the week. We talked about a couple news topics, but really just what we all had a pretty absurd week last week. So we're going to talk about it, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Make sure you let us know. Warning, trigger warning. It is very bubbly. So if you're not into carbonation, be aware. But I think it's a fun episode, and you guys will like it.
I've been told that those are the best episodes.
I agree.
Okay.
The most feedback I get is when we talk about like personal stuff or we argue. I think arguments.
Arguing is always
Arguing is
popular.
hot. Arguing is hot.
All right, you guys ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group Chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Eric is here.
I'm here.
So
There you go.
we have three gentlemen on the pod in studio.
Okay.
Drama's at home, whatever. We don't really care. But everybody else is here. We're rolling video, rolling audio, rolling Zencaster. Good to go. It's going to be a great Sunday night episode. All you.
Let's go.
Good
energy.
Woo! And it's Mother's Day.
Oh,
Happy
So
Mother's
happy
Day.
Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of your mothers. Happy Mother's Day to Dee and Anand, your wives. And my mother actually has a complaint that is for Ari.
Ooh.
They have a really high standard when it comes to the pod. They always have things, trying to touch it up. The question that they had this week is they like that I've been in the studio, but they're wondering why there isn't a shot of the three of us so that you can see that we're all actually together.
Because it's rare.
The TikToks is the answer. The real answer is it's because it's optimized for TikTok clips.
Not YouTube.
Not YouTube. But hey, throw me a budget. We'll get an extra camera out there. Whoa.
All right, moving on.
All right, and moving on. And I'm not even going to
anyway.
tell my mom to check out TikTok because I'll probably lose them.
Yeah.
If my mom and dad find TikTok, it's over. I won't hear from them anymore, probably. Okay, we got a lot to talk
A lot
about.
of banter.
Yeah, we had a busy end of the week, and we always kind of catch up on the beginning of these episodes. So, I mean, where do we want to start? Anand, you want to go in order? You went first.
I think I want to start with Bel Air Country Club.
Yeah, you have to start with that.
Oh, the old country club, that old place.
So
No big deal.
Drama got to play around with Jay Brubaker, Eric Weiss,
Wow, Eric Weiss too.
and
Eric Weiss
Sam
back
Cunningham.
again.
Do I know Sam?
No, I don't even know him.
He's great.
Oh,
Sam's
I just
great.
know who he is.
Well, let me just say,
Is
I
he
don't know if
just-
anyone out there knows Sam. One of a kind guy.
Is he?
So
He really is.
a foursome. This is the best part. So they're teeing off at 10 a.m. on Thursday.
Just four whites. At
Four
Bel Air-
whites.
at Bel Air Country Club.
And-
No, I don't know what Sam. Sam might be like, I don't know.
Sam Cunningham. He's white. I've met him. I know who he is. I don't.
Is
know
he just
him.
pure? Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, keep going.
So, anyways, I get a text at 9 a.m. from Jay. He's like, "I think Obama's here."
Wow.
And then
Oh, Barack?
45 minutes in, Jay's like, Obama's here, 100%. The
Wow.
Secret Service are there. the whole thing, and then Drama's showing up at 10 a.m.
They didn't check you out.
You talking about Barry?
Yeah,
Barry.
Barry.
So are you switching your politics now? You just playing around with Barack?
I've always been on the left, you psycho.
Yeah. It's the
But I
woke.
did
This
have,
is what
you
the
know,
woke does.
That's what the
So
woke
did
does.
you get to see him? Give me
That's
your
what they did
Bel
to Joe
experience.
Rogan.
Give me your Bel
Okay.
experience.
All right, let me give a proper experience take here. Number one, I just want to say that this whole thing of me being like a golf influencer and like I said, the Anthony Bourdain of golf is working out really well.
Yeah.
So this is really great. And if, you know, like we talk about how this pod doesn't, you know, we don't profit off of the pod, but if this is how I profit, I'm in.
Yeah.
So sign me up. So I got all these invites now. Now I've gotten a decent amount of invites to all of these like fancy places and whatever. And so our friend Jay, really your guys' friend Anand and Eric invited me to Bel Air Country Club. Eric, who we talked about on the pod, you know, the last golf experience, also went, and then their buddy Sam. So yeah, like when I was going, I heard on the way there, I heard Barack Obama's going to be there teeing off right after us. So like, okay, fucking ridiculous. Not to mention like, look, I've lived out here for a long time, but like to go to Bel Air Country Club, like you have to wind through like $100 million houses, you know, like it's just absurd. Like that neighborhood is just, I mean, for the listener who doesn't really like know LA that well, Bel Air, that particular hill is like next level wealth, you know, like it's only billionaires. And the houses are just insane. And so you wind through that neighborhood, you pull up to the gate. There was a little extra like caution at the gate, but I don't know what normal is, right? And so they check who I'm with, they, you know, whatever.
Like a mirror under the car?
No. They didn't do all that. You wouldn't have really known. It just seemed like, you know, a little extra caution.
It is a border. It's a border between poor people and rich people. It's a border, 100%.
It's millionaires and billionaires.
Yeah,
that's the border.
It's not really
like
M versus B's.
Yeah.
So
that's what the B stands for in Bel Air.
Makes sense.
So I go in, you know, I find the guys, and that's all good. I mean, look, here's the honest thing. Like if I was doing my Anthony Bourdain thing, they're completely remodeling the entire clubhouse. And everyone, like even our friend Kramer from Movement texted me after because he was there at the same time too.
So
everyone's it's just under construction. You know, like there's no inside.
Ew,
I can't even.
No, the patio. I've spent time on that patio. I'm not going to. Bel Air has been very nice to me because of Brew.
Yeah.
It's the remodel's done in August.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, look, if I was like a high paying, you know, billionaire member, I you know, it'd be frustrating. But look, I'm not going to judge the place. I want to go back.
Okay.
Great establishment you guys got over there. Super great. But
I can't go until after the remodel.
But apparently the whole
Thursday night football.
Yeah, apparently the whole thing is like the vibe, you know, the new clubhouse and hanging out there. And like, that's kind of what makes it that. Other than that, you just kind of park and like walk through a pro shop and go to a golf course. But then you have the Barack Obama element, right? So here's the real recap. We tee off, everything's normal. We tee off, we're going. We're kind of keeping an eye out just to see, you know, and the way that golf courses are laid out, obviously they're massive. And so 1 million people can be playing and you never see them. But there are holes that kind of, you know, the 10th hole and the second hole might be beside each other. And so you have these moments where they were kind of talking about like, oh, we might see him on the 7th hole or we might see him on the whatever. And so this is what happened. Like as we were going on one of the holes, I forget, we saw him leaving, I mean, probably 200 feet away, leaving the driving range. And it's him and his crew. And
who is he playing with?
Am I allowed to say? Like, how does this
Probably
work?
Of course you are.
No, I think it's bad form.
I think I get banned.
You can bleep it. You can bleep it out.
You can
Just
bleep
say
it.
Okay, make sure you bleep it. He was playing with and
Okay. So do we have to bleep out?
I think both.
All right, Kathy's. Everyone in the Discord will reveal who it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Only Discord.
Bleep out both. Bleep out both. and it was his crew, and I don't know. I want to be careful. Like I said, I don't want to get fucking banned from all these damn places. But
that's your thing. It's your
thing. Not that big of a posse, right? Like not like it was secure. Like, you know, you definitely didn't want to like fuck with them, but like not that big of a thing. Like if you didn't know and you were just playing and you saw that crew from a distance, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know that's the president or former president.
No, you would have no idea. It looked like maybe
I think once you
Barack,
get through the gates of a place like Bel Air,
they've already vetted it.
Yeah.
They feel comfortable.
I mean, they barely let drama in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the outfit like? Did you have to hide the tattoos? Was
no,
the hat
I didn't have
backwards?
to hide the tattoos, but hat was not backwards. Shirt was pristinely tucked in.
Short sleeve.
Short sleeve was okay. I got away with that. I got some.
No,
looks.
you have to do collar, pants, no jeans.
Yeah, that's
the rule.
normal. That's normal.
That's no jeans.
Wondering
Tucked in
who's hiding the
shirt and
tattoos
belt.
or not.
I'll tell you the big differentiator is: do you have to tuck in your shirt or not? That's like.
Can we talk about the escalation of your golf experience? You went from being in the valley at El Cab saying it's not that nice to Braemar, where you said they were shitting on you, and you're playing golf with fucking Barack Obama.
Bel Air.
Yeah, that was a week of golf. That was in a week. We're not talking about. I mean, the week before, I was playing some shitty fucking $70 course.
All right, Cathy's. Any billionaire Cathy's out there that are member to some hot clubs? I want drama to keep going to every one of them.
I've already been offered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been offered by someone that I'm going to connect drama to.
Okay.
Said I will take him to any course in LA.
Wow.
LACC,
And I'll be honest,
Riviera, whatever you want.
I'll be honest.
Amazing.
I have no problem giving an honest review, or even harshly.
So Bel Air,
it's because
1 to 10.
it's because of the Barack Obama element.
You can't beat Barack
Okay.
Obama. Like you might have peaked.
No, it doesn't get better than that. Okay, and let me just tell you, that's not even okay. So they're going to the driving range. I'll get to the point. Then we come on 3 holes later, we're walking, and literally like you're walking up to someone's tee and you all have to be quiet because you're like, oh shit, they're teeing off. Except it was Obama. He was literally 20 feet from us, and they were all teeing off.
So, drama, I have to ask. I know you have like a little golf.
He's not that good.
I don't think he's that great. I mean, I didn't see the whole thing, but I definitely saw him walk into some bushes to, find the ball.
No, so I got to recap because I actually hung out with Brew on Friday. He said drama only shanked 4 balls off the course.
Okay. What is that normal
Yeah.
for you? 20?
I don't know.
Well, for me, that's just where I'm at these days, but I think what he's trying to communicate is
Your
that
handicap is 4 shanks.
He said he wasn't that bad.
Yeah, like I'm,
I thought he
I'm
was
new,
really
but-
bad, and Bruce like, no, he's fine.
So Eric Weiss beat you.
Well, yeah. Listen, I don't want to keep repeating it. Yes, he did. Okay. He's a decent golfer. He's a pretty fucking good golfer. Look, I'm at the point where I can hang with the group. I can keep up. I'm not looking through the bushes, but whatever. Anyway, I just want to finish how ridiculous this was because I didn't quite communicate it yet. We walk. He's 20 feet away. And even to the point where like the guy who was with us like got a little too close, and the guy, the security was like, yo, stay right
Fall
there.
back.
Yeah, like you're good right there. And he's like, all right, my bad. And then they're talking, laughing, whatever. They walk off. And then for like multiple times for the rest of the day, we were on holes next to each other. So like we'd be walking down our fairway and they're walking down their fairway beside us. And it's just you're golfing with Barry.
So Barack Obama was in clear sight, plain view.
Plain view. I mean, there was a time when we walked. There's a famous bridge at Bel Air, right? It's the bridge. I guess they have contests called the bridge.
That's right.
Famous bridge.
Oh yeah, you guys might not know. Yeah. You guys might not have heard of the bridge, but we have. And on the last hole, we're walking up to the green, and Barack's walking across the bridge, and it's like right above us, and he's just looking down at the green where we're walking up, and he was looking right at us. I shot him a wave, and he turned.
Did he
turned
wave?
the other way? No.
This place really went down. That's what he's thinking.
Fucking tattooed idiot.
He's
Get
just
out
like,
of here. This place went
He's like, this
downhill
MAGA
quick.
guy, got to get away from him.
Is that Machine Gun Kelly down there putting? Get the fuck out of here.
That's
all right.
Anyway, so it was
That's so
absolute.
good.
That part was absurd. Look, the place is great. I'd love to go back. I'd love to see when the clubhouse, but I mean, come on, Barack Obama. I don't know if I don't think there's any, at least to me, more like famous, like unseeable person.
Yeah.
That's as famous as it gets.
Like when it comes to like who you would never see, just not in an event or not going to a speech or a rally, you would never see in the wild. Barack Obama feels to me like top of the ladder.
Yeah. He was, because one of his daughters graduated from USC this week. So he was around town.
I had no idea that Sasha went to USC.
Yeah. I mean,
I knew Malia went to Malia went to Harvard.
Yeah. So,
I had no idea.
she interns
That
in
seems
LA.
hot.
Yeah.
You guys are
Bronny,
back.
Sasha,
Yeah.
we're too hot.
Yeah, you guys are back. So anyway, the golf saga continues. If anyone, if you want to invite me to anywhere fancy.
Okay. So Bel Air 1 to 10. What is it?
Look, no clubhouse.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay. So
I'm
that's
just
0.
saying, bro, no clubhouse. It's just a course.
I mean, the
You
whole
didn't do
purpose
that-
of a
you didn't
country
do the
club is
post-
locker room talk.
Dude, I've been to the like makeshift clubhouse. It's nice. You didn't do the post club hang?
Yeah, I skipped that part. I'm a new clubhouse guy. I'm not a, under construction type of guy.
Yeah.
I'll be back in August.
Will you?
Probably not.
After this.
No. That was my first and last time. So anyway, it was great. But I will say that last thing is the really fancy thing. I'm not good enough to really use this yet. So it's just like frustration for 18 holes for this guy. But at these fancy places, you walk and you have a caddy. And the caddy carries the bag and the caddy gives you advice. You feel like you're on the PGA Tour. They read your putts for you. They do the whole thing. The problem is I'm so bad, my caddy was just pissed. Like fucking, come on, dude. It's such a luxury to have like a dude be like, you've been hitting
Is
this
the
way
caddy
all
a
day.
young person or old person?
No, they're probably 40s, mid 40s.
Okay.
So young.
They get tipped. They make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
no women there.
I didn't see one. No, you know what? I'm lying. There was a group playing behind us. There was a group.
I'll give you. Obviously, they're minorities. It just has to be the president.
Oh man, that was D who said that. I didn't say that. I want to come
That
back.
was good.
Dear Bel Air Committee. That was D Murphy who said that.
Oh man, but yeah,
I know I'm never going there, so I don't care.
I will say though, like,
football.
you want me to be honest though, is El Cab, which is a significantly less expensive course, was
I love when you shit on El Cab.
It's
It's
way
like-
better.
way more uptight.
Yeah.
They were not. There was an old dude like roasting me on the driving range. Like me and Eric were talking, and this old dude, like 80-year-old dude, was like, "Does he always talk to you like this when you're swinging?" Like was just talking shit. Like that I was talking too much on the driving range.
I've been to Bel Air a handful of times just for the clubhouse, locker room talk experience.
Yeah.
Very welcoming.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it wasn't. El Cab was much more. Felt like I wasn't.
Well,
It was-
okay, so let's just start tracking. Let's create a Google Sheets of all the country clubs
we need
in
a couple
LA.
rating, like a couple.
It says
metrics.
welcoming, uptight, cheap, clubhouse under
So El
construction.
Cab is cheap
Yeah.
and uptight. That's not a good combo.
Yeah.
Look, I hate to say it, but like they got to relax a little. It's
They need to
also
become the
like
waste management of country
I
clubs.
mean, I went to Bel
Come
Air
on.
Country Club to watch a football game with the Dodger hat, a button up, open, with the t-shirt and jeans or pants.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fine, no one cared.
I mean, they actually came to me and like stopped me on the course at El Cab to turn my hat around or to tuck my shirt in. And our boy Jay was like, "Oh, once you get out there, do whatever you want, turn your hat around, do whatever." He thought I like was super uptight about my hat being backwards. But at El Cab, they came and stopped me halfway through.
Interesting.
Anyway, so that's my review. I'll make a little,
Okay.
we'll make a ratings chart. Okay, next up, Anand, I'm not the
I had
only
a week.
fancy one here. You had your feet on the wood
Yep.
at Golden State Lakers at Golden State Game 6, Game 5
on Wednesday.
Game 5.
So we were recording the pod, and me and you were talking, and I'm getting a text from one of my best friends, Neil, and he's like, "Hey, my wife Josh can't go. Josh listens to the pod. Thank you for not going.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for not going." And he's like, You got to come to the game. You got to come to the game. And I'm like frantically texting. I'm looking for flights while we're recording the last pod. So we end at like 2:10, something like that. I found a Southwest flight and it was at 4:15. So I just jet to the airport, go to I get there in time, totally fine. Flight's hour and a half delayed. So I don't take off till like 5:40 p.m.
Ugh.
Like wheels up is 5:40 p.m.
Game starts at 7?
Game starts at 7.
Yeah.
Land at 6:37. Thank God SF is a graveyard, ghost town. Got to the arena in 20 minutes by national anthem.
Wow. Oh, say, can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the best part about it. So like obviously sitting courtside, thanks to Neil.
There's nothing better than that.
There's nothing inside.
So what else is the best part?
No, there's more to the night.
Yeah, I know okay.
So when it comes to sporting events, best experience.
There's nothing like it. Like
basketball.
Steph Curry like fell on us. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's just insane.
Now you're a loser.
I think I saw Anand cheering for the Warriors.
No
wow.
chance.
Yeah, there was
Did you in the background?
So you were on the TV. I knew where you were sitting because you sent me the photo, and there was, I think it was Steph that shot that 3, and you were like, ah!
No, I said that. Bullshit. So
You're a clown.
You know what I'm talking about, bro.
I know what you're talking about. Steph fell like literally right at us, and I sat down because I wasn't going to hold him up.
You should
and
have pushed
Neil
him.
got him.
Should have pushed him and got kicked out.
You should have given him a little kick to the knee.
You've been a hero.
cheering. You were
Little
cheering for
Tanya
the
Harding.
Warriors.
No chance. I was the
man,
only
he's a
person, and I had a
traitor.
group chat podcast hat
Yeah,
on.
you did.
Is
And
Neil
group chat
a Warriors fan?
Yeah, he's born and raised
That's how I
up there.
spotted you, the hat.
Oh, so you were because you were with Neil. You know, he gave you the ticket.
You felt
You're
obligated.
Like,
Yeah. I'm a Warriors fan today only.
Neil actually said, "Come up to witness the end of the dynasty." That was his
Wow.
bait.
His dynasty.
Oh, his dynasty.
The Warriors dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
anyways,
He's a
the
smart guy.
best part about like obviously sitting courtside's insane. It's just a ridiculous experience. That arena is insane. The VIP lounges they have is like so nuts. So on the jumbotron, I see Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. He got booed. Must have.
No, he's a
Cheers.
big Warriors guy.
Okay.
And so everyone's cheering for him, whatever. And I was like, damn, Chappelle's in the arena. He must be doing a show. Because he's done a lot of SF shows when he came back from Africa. It was SF and I think Seattle or Portland. I forget which one. He was just like going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I text our close friend, John Tertian, in our group chat. I was like, is Chappelle doing a show? And he's like, yes. Do you want to go? And I said, absolutely.
Wow.
And so he hooked us up. So we went straight from the Warriors game
Where was the show?
at the Punchline, which is a
Comedy show.
comedy club that's like known in SF. And we go, he goes on for 2+ hours. Insane.
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 How was it?
I mean,
Like, were
I
you
can't even repeat the words he would he said on the podcast.
That's the best
So
kind.
was there booing? Nothing.
No, everyone loved every minute of it.
So the backlash is all bullshit.
There's no backlash. It was.
That's SF too. I mean, that's like, you know.
I mean, if
What's
you
funny
heard
is
the opening line.
So
I think I texted you guys.
yeah.
The opening line for the show was
So but here's the
something
thing.
that
Here's
I
the
could never
thing.
repeat.
I saw that he did the Masonic. I think that's like a bigger.
Yeah.
So he did that Saturday night.
Oh, that was like there's like
The big show.
Okay.
And there it was heckling in the audience, and his I think his opening line is he said something like San Francisco is half the Glee and half homeless people, like
Half the zombie. Yeah.
zombie land. And then he referenced he started talking about all the things he's talked about, and he got some backlash from the
did
audience.
he?
Yeah.
I think this show is much more intimate, and
Yeah.
people are just happy to be there
Yeah.
because it's so tough to even get
Get a
the
ticket. Yeah.
ticket.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
shout out to Dave Chappelle.
That's great. What a night. What a quick turnaround. Then you came back in the morning?
Came back in the morning, 6 a.m. Like brutal. 24 hours.
That's great.
Life sucks.
Brutal. Brutal. Do you know how long the walk is from courtside to the valet? It's fucking brutal.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
What else we got?
I have something. I have a situation brewing in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Ooh.
Big problem. Got a notice 2 weeks ago that our hedges are too high.
What does that
At
mean?
your house specifically.
At our house specifically, got a notice. And hedges are like basically the trees, the leaves, whatever, the bushes. And they said you have to cut it to 42 inches. And it, like between the rains and we finally have like green grass again. Because last year they were like charging you crazy to water your grass. So we like stopped watering our grass.
Mm-hmm.
So the front yard looked terrible. The backyard looked terrible. And we had no green. It just looked like shit. Finally, we have green and it looks nice. The hedges have grown. It looks really nice. Get a notice and says, look, you're getting fined $300. If you don't cut it within 30 days, we're going to charge you $1,300. Our neighbors are redoing their house and they had cut all their hedges. And we were like, whoa. And they're like a beautiful house. And so I ran into them. I was like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, we got the only way we could get the permit was because of the hedges. And so we're going to regrow them after we get the permit. Cool. Then randomly, someone that listens to the podcast lives 2 doors down. And I was like, did you get notice about the hedges? He's like, yeah, I did. And we had to cut them. And you have to understand, like, we live in the center of the city.
But does the owner have to pay for it or do you have to pay for it?
So if we cut it, then they'll pay for it. But we don't want to cut it. And so our across the street house has like 20-foot hedges. The guy diagonal from me, who I've known 20 years, his hedges, like, he's in music. He has crazy people at his house, crazy hedges. So I start walking around the neighborhood. It's a mix. Some people have hedges, some people don't. But there's a lot of people that I am friendly with that have hedges. Start asking around. There's like a war in the neighborhood now. There's like the historic preservation board that is going around getting everyone's hedges cut. I don't understand what the fuck they're trying to prove here, but it is, first of all, it should be a sitcom.
What do they care about the hedges for?
I think they're trying to say it affects the way the community looks.
Meaning it looks messy.
I think because it's blocking all the homes. Because of like, we live in the center of fucking Hollywood. Like,
I know where you live.
Yeah, do you know what's happening there? It's madness is happening there. So obviously everyone has grown their hedges for privacy reasons and to protect their home. And they are now going around telling everyone to cut their hedges. And there's particularly 2 families that have been in the neighborhood a long time that are like on the board and they're now like going around reporting everyone. So I'm on an email with the city and my wife is very passionate about the hedges. So she's like fighting with some lady from the city and they're just like, you have to cut it. There's no other choice. So finally, her parents came over and they're like, hey, talking about when it got zoned and this and that. And now like all the neighborhood is like up and out at him. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to hit up someone to listen to the pod. Benji, he's a lawyer. I was like, I need help. I need you to help me with writing a letter. He's like, I don't know anything about this. And so anyways, he's going to write a letter on like some, our behalf on like fighting this. But if you think about what's going on in the city of LA with crime, homelessness, all this stuff, literally a city official gave us a ticket for the hedges. Yes, a fine from the city of LA.
How much was the fine?
I told you $300. And they're going to charge us every 30 days. They're going to quadruple it if we don't pay it. And so this is how dysfunctional and stupid. What do you care in like a neighborhood like ours where like shit's burning down? And we basically
there's like tent cities popping up.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you need Batman.
tents.
You need Batman, and instead I need to get a gardener.
Exactly. It's
Even
a
like
great
we
point.
live next to like a bank, and we have really tall hedges next to the bank for privacy for them and us.
Mhm.
They're like, you got to cut that too. I'm like, do you know what's happening in that bank parking lot? The shit I hear at night.
But you could go literally put a tent
in front of your house and live
on Sunset Boulevard.
No, you could literally
and they would bring
live
you like a porta potty and treat.
Yes, exactly.
No, you could live in front of your house.
By the
in a
way,
tent.
you know, on Sunset near the Ralphs, there's a fucking porta potty for all the homeless people.
I know they're doing it here too. That's why I said it. Like they're encouraging.
Yeah, they're giving you a porta potty.
They're giving you.
But I can't have hedges.
No.
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts. So anyone who listens to the podcast that is in this world, I don't know what it's called. How do you fight this? I want to know.
I mean, you were a public official. You could have done this.
I could have done it as an elected official, but
that's true.
You know,
you were on the inside.
My power has been stripped.
I know a gardener.
I'm not fucking those. I'm not cutting those hedges.
If you need that, I got you.
It's just nuts. This is like nuts. This is what people are dealing with in the city when the crazier shit. I mean, if you heard like in the morning when we're like out taking the kids to school, what people are screaming and yelling on our street corner, it's absolutely batshit.
I mean,
crazy.
3 nights ago, I live a couple miles from you. Yeah. 3 nights
you
ago,
live 1 mile from me.
Okay, I live 1 mile from you. A couple nights ago, 10 p.m. All of a sudden, I'm just watching TV. There's just 4 gunshots outside the window.
Wow.
Just bap, 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 bap. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go kind of look out the window. Keep in mind, 6 months ago, I literally watched a guy get pulled out of his car and die in the street after being shot. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on this time? Cops come, helicopters, everything. I look on Citizen, report of gunshots, but no victim, no shooter. Just who knows? Someone's shooting a gun in the air. Like, it's fucking wild.
No, it's wild.
That's insane. Shooting a gun in the air?
No one cares.
Yeah.
Literally no one cares about anything.
Except
unless you have hedges.
Hedges.
Yeah, unless you have hedges.
Hedges is the problem.
And being on your cell phone while driving. Literally got a fucking ticket, bro.
You did?
In downtown.
Oh, when cops are... I don't even... I'm on my phone all day.
Downtown is literally zombie land.
You got Bluetooth?
No, it was 300.
You got Bluetooth?
I was fucking texting. In my ear and shit. No, listen. I'm on the phone at a red light or whatever. Cop sees me. He's like, yep. I got you. Pulled over or whatever.
Red light? You were texting not while you're driving or you were doing it?
It was a red light. And I'm just like checking my phone. And he's like, I didn't see he was next to me. And he's like, yep, got you. Pull over. So
you're not allowed to be on your phone on a red light?
No.
What?
I was at a red light, bro.
So he was just trying to
get like if I'm like changing the music on my...
my point is I had to pay $350 and traffic school. And I'm like, yo, there's like people killing each other like a block away. Like, this is what you care about?
I can't believe everyone is on their phone. Every time I'm on a left arrow light, every single person, I have to honk because everyone's on their phone.
This was in back in May, and he was like, it's zero tolerance May. Like, the month of May is zero tolerance. So like, you could tell me whatever excuse, mom's in the hospital, whatever excuse, doesn't matter. It's zero tolerance in May. I was like, you're bullshit. Fuck out of here. Fucking loser.
What a weird
I hope
world.
He's a Kathy.
Like, I gotta say, like, number one, the intro of this podcast was fucking absurd. Like, the 3 things we just talked about are so crazy and whatever, just in our own world.
You guys are living a la la land. I'm fighting the city on hedges.
I know. But even you're talking about hedges at your
I want
house.
to be more bubble talk. I went to the Laker game on Friday night. It was the most star-studded thing.
I went to the game. It was insane.
Literally like...
Wait, game 6, you mean?
Yeah, the one where we ended San Francisco, we ended the city, we ended the dynasty, we sent everyone home. Like that one.
The one you were cheering for just 2 days before. That dynasty.
So, same friend Neil was sitting courtside. I was not courtside.
Yeah.
I was sitting in normal seats. He's sitting next to Northwest, Kim Kardashian. Then 3 seats down is Bad Bunny, Kendall Jenner, Jeffrey Katzenberg, David Katzenberg, Lewis Hamilton, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Elon
Musk
was there with Ari Emanuel.
Elon, that's how you knew how big that game was. That Elon Musk went.
Michael B. Jordan, Rich Paul, Trae Young.
Jack
It was
Harlow,
just
Tyler the Creator.
great. Jack Harlow, Tyler the Creator. It was the most insane.
I mean, imagine
just
imagine this next series, and then imagine if they make it to the actual final.
I don't think the next series will be because it's Denver. I think the finals will be big
If
because it'll
they
be
make
Boston.
the finals, 100%.
Yeah, if it's Lakers Boston, it'll be nuts.
It was so like celebrity. It was the most insane thing.
That's why I love LA. I love that, like,
and Jack Nicholson, Lou Adler, like
think about it like this. Like,
we're not even talking about Jack
and
Nicholson.
obviously,
Yeah,
Josh
yeah.
listens to the podcast. Like, Neil had to kill himself to get to where he's at. He's sitting next to a 8-year-old.
and he's and I have great pictures of them talking.
Yeah,
It was great.
Like, you can be the greatest at what you do, but in LA, you might be stuck next to an 8-year-old.
I wonder what North thinks about like the people who sit in the upper deck. Like
She
can
doesn't
even-
know. She can't see that. She's never
Got
seen
it,
those
got it.
people.
Got it.
She doesn't know.
Because you can't even.
It
I mean,
was-
imagine not ever knowing anything but courtside.
I mean, she will never know.
No, she'll
I
never. know.
actually went with someone who listened to every episode of the podcast, Kevin Stamler. So we were talking a lot of pod chat, and ran into a ton of Cathys at the game.
Did you guys see the
obviously-
Michael Mente TV spot?
No.
No,
He was
but
on
we
TV.
hung out with
We
him
saw
before the
him.
game.
God, see if you can. They literally panned to him and Jamie,
Yeah. During the game?
like to cut
We-
to commercial.
We ran into him at ballet.
Oh my God.
That's
Damn,
great.
It was
Jamie's
literally,
hyped.
it was literally them. And Jamie, like, it was literally after like the Lakers scored or something. They went to commercial, and it was Jamie being like, "See you later, see you later."
Oh, it's awesome.
I will
Yeah.
say though, like if you want to talk about clout, Kendall and Bad Bunny had better seats than Kim.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Kendall and Bad Bunny were
Well, you got the
50-yard line.
duo.
They had jack seats, right?
Bro,
No,
Aiden
Jack was
Ross
there.
had better
Okay.
seats than Kim. He's a streamer.
Yeah, Aiden
No, he's at
Ross.
every game.
Yeah.
I know.
He's at
Yeah.
every game next to
Yeah.
like Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
How?
I
You
don't
buying
know.
him?
He's big time, bro.
Can you
No,
buy
he's a
those?
big streamer, but that's
Like,
I'm
if
sure
you're Aiden
someone's
Ross,
taking.
like, how do you? Is that like a Google? Like, no, is
You
that like
have
a
to
Amazon?
maybe Google, YouTube.
He's
could be
Twitch,
buying
so
it.
is that like an Amazon?
How
he's
funny is
banned.
it that
He's banned from
Elon left
Twitch.
at the
Oh,
half?
yes.
yeah, he got banned from Twitch.
So he probably bought
Elon
them.
leaving at the half. He's like, Ari Emanuel gives him his seat, and he just like, I'm out.
Yeah, I got rockets to build.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably doesn't even understand what's going
That's
on.
like the craziest like clout where you're just like, someone gave you one of the best seats for one of the greatest games, and you're like, I'm out in 2 quarters.
I mean, from Elon Musk's perspective, it's stupid.
He has no idea what's going on.
No,
Yeah, it's
forget
like-
no
it's
idea,
probably
but
like
it's just
going
like
to, like, a
it's
kid's
not
basketball game.
stimulating. It's not stimulating. This guy's sending rockets in the moon. They're fucking exploding. They're landing. What's going on here? People are fucking taking a leather ball and throwing it in a net.
Yeah.
Think about how stupid basketball is.
Yeah. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like,
He probably
we're
doesn't even
gonna run up and
understand.
down, run
Yeah.
as fast as we can. And
You
whoa!
think you
Yeah.
think he just got disgusted and was like, I'm out.
He was like, "What
I just
am
don't
I
think he even
doing here?"
cares. I think
I'm
he went to
standing-
hang out
I
with
know he
Ari.
doesn't care. I know he doesn't care.
I bet him and
But the
Ari had
fact-
to like talk about something real quick, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll just meet you at the. You're going to that thing at the lake or whatever you call it."
Yeah. He probably sat there and he's like, okay, these people are giants and they're throwing it. The ball is, their hands are so close to this hole and like,
And like Ari
It's so
Emanuel has
easy.
the
Yeah.
best seats in the house. He's right by the Lakers bench.
yeah.
It's
Obviously, Elon's just looking at this. He's like, he's probably did the math at the likelihood of the basket going and he's just like, fuck this. I'm out of here.
Yeah, you
It's
guys are getting
stupid.
excited for this. There's a
And you're just like, do you
.3278.
know what I'm doing on a Saturday at like 10 a.m.?
Yeah.
and I looked to see when he was tweeting. He was tweeting like 4 hours later.
Yeah, because
He's just like, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't care about this stupid game.
Ari's on the
Yeah.
board of Tesla? Or
Elon's on the
of
board of WME Endeavor.
Endeavor. Okay.
It's
They did
pretty
board
crazy the
meeting and he's
events
just-
that Elon makes it to, though. You know, like Elon's like at every hot like F1.
Yeah,
Lakers,
he was at F1.
Warriors,
I think
World
he
Cup.
understands the importance of being at them. He's just probably just like.
So do
all
you
right.
think he texted Ari Emanuel and said, I need to be for a half?
No, I think they know it's a good look for Ari Emanuel also to bring Elon Musk.
Yeah, I mean, it was nuts.
I mean,
everyone, the whole stadium was
when you
looking
guys
at it.
texted in the group chat that Elon was there, I was like, damn, this is a big game.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the celebrities you expect, but like Elon, that's a big look.
It was the most star-studded Lakers game or any sporting event game in decades.
Yeah,
Like since Kobe's last game.
yeah,
Mhm.
everyone was out there.
Yeah, that's so cool. That is
Very bubble talk.
that is just unique to LA. Man, that was bubble talk. But
So
I
I'll
mean,
give you another. we'll end on the last
I'm
last
guilty
bubble
too.
talk.
Yep.
So last night, our friend Anthony wanted to go to the Lil Wayne concert. You know, nostalgia, bringing back 10, 12 years ago. So Lil Wayne was doing Wiltern Theater, which, if you know that venue, probably holds 3,000 people. I have no idea.
2,500.
2,500 people.
Seems
Which one's
light
the
for
Wilter?
Wayne.
Where's that at?
Wilshire and Western.
Yeah, that does seem
so-
small. No.
It is, and I'll tell you why. It all makes sense. Anthony was like, be at my house at 8 p.m. So there's like 10 of us. I was like, okay, cool. I'm there 8 p.m. He was like, he goes on at 9:15. And I said, no way. He's going to be a little late.
Little late.
Little
That
late.
should be his
Lil
name.
Wayne,
Yeah,
Lil
little
Wayne.
late. So we get there 8:45 prompt. He's got this insane setup. We're like on a riser and cocktail waitress, whatever. We're having fun. We're drinking, good time. DJ is actually incredible, so it's fun.
DJ was fun.
And then all of a sudden, DJ stops. 9:15, 9:30. Okay, DJ stopped. So we're like, all right, this guy's coming on. Blah blah blah. 1 hour goes by. It's 10:30. It's Mother's Day the next day. I'm taking my kids at like 7. I literally left at 6:45 in the morning to see my mom. I was like, I can't be up till all hours of the night. This guy's not showing. So I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm out. I get a text on my way out. Hey, Lil Wayne just went on. So he goes on. How long did he go on for?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. And then he brought some circus acts with him.
He just mailed it in.
Yeah.
And it was a packed.
What was the guy's name that did the Young and Reckless campaign? That was,
Little Twist.
what's the rapper's name?
Meat Mill?
No, the kid.
Little Twist.
Little Twist.
Oh, I don't know.
He had
brought
just, it
Little
was just a
Twist?
circus.
And he didn't play any of his bangers. He just mailed it in. And it's the last night of his, like, whatever
Long tour.
tour that he's been on. And it was so disappointing. This is what, like, no, you can't bank on anyone.
You go to a concert,
Yeah.
there's 50% chance the artist may show up.
We got there at 8:45, which is late, quote unquote, right? Because it was a 7 p.m.
Little
bill.
late.
And
A lot of late.
and we had to wait till 10:45 for him to come on. And he had 30 minutes. He got bummed out and he left.
What do you get bummed out about?
I think
The crowd energy was probably low.
crowd energy was like,
Because they
we're
made him
over it.
wait 3. These kids have probably been there since 7 p.m.
Yeah,
3.5 hours?
7, probably 6.
Think about how
They're
much we
probably
talk about
tired.
this topic. Like so
Probably
many.
old
Is it like
people.
the new thing with artists to just not?
No, it's
show up?
everybody. Everybody in life is sailing it fucking in.
Yeah, no, I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think everyone
Like if you're, put it like this, you spend all this money, you at a Lil Wayne concert, he sells it in. Why you as like, I don't know, that was an older crowd. It was probably in their 30s on average.
I mean, do you know how mad they must have been?
Yeah.
Because most of the people that are going to a Lil Wayne concert on a Saturday night at the Wiltern
Or diehard
Or-
fans.
die hard and they probably don't do much.
Yeah.
They're not going out 4 nights a week.
Yeah.
This is like their event.
Yeah. And then you spend hundreds of dollars. People were everyone was wearing the merch.
Yeah.
They were drinking, they spent $500 to go to this concert. Minimum 500. And then this fucker sails it in?
No, it was very
Yeah.
It's
disappointing.
unacceptable
bummer.
what's going on with these people.
I don't get it. Like,
artists.
what's going on?
Morrissey
with-
Morrissey
Did
screwed
Morgan-
me in November.
What happened?
Like my girl she knows I'm a big Smiths Morrissey fan. She bought tickets for my birthday. He was at the
Greek?
the Greek. It's my first time there. Cool venue.
It's a sick venue.
So sick. Bro, it was like November. It's not that cold. He's like starting to like he's known to be like a little diva. Yeah. So, dude, out of nowhere, he just gets off the stage. Same thing. Hour late. Comes on, does like 3 or 4 songs.
And he's old.
Old. Walks off. And we're like, okay, what's going on? And then 10, 15 minutes later, like some guy comes on and says, the show's no longer going to continue. And that was it. And I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, we have such a societal issue with people showing up.
But there's a handful of artists that still show up.
Who? Taylor.
Drake.
Taylor, Drake.
Nas shows
Who's
up.
the
Yeah.
guy D put all his money on?
Morgan Wallen
Yeah,
doesn't show up.
terrible.
He's a bum.
Show up.
He canceled like a
That
big
was your
chunk of
hero.
his tour. Did we talk about that? Not only that
No.
show, but then he canceled a bunch of his shows after, or rescheduled, or
Yeah.
pushed, or delayed.
Jay-Z shows up if he's getting paid.
I know,
He's,
but like,
he's a
Jay-Z-
businessman.
But like, I don't get what is in this DNA that people think it's okay to just not perform.
People are not going to show up for work tomorrow. Why? Can you give me a reason why you don't show up for work tomorrow?
You got to fire him.
They're sleepy.
Sleepy.
Unemployment rate's not high enough.
You think people are
Jay
gonna just
Powell
gonna
wants-
wake up tomorrow and just say, I don't want to go to work today.
A lot.
What? So how does that translate to like, hey, I don't want to take care of my kids tomorrow?
That
I
happens
think
too.
that happens. I think that is happening. Have you been to the park?
That happens
There's a lot of people questionably not taking care
Because
of
like
their kids.
work is one thing, but like if you have a kid and you're like, I'm mental health day, I'm not taking care of my kids.
Look
Yeah,
at it like
That
this.
happens a lot.
Think about it.
It's
Yeah, of
crazy.
course it does. Because if you think about like, why are people like this in general? Most of it comes from how you're brought up. It's not coming just from like everyone's to blame TikTok for everything. TikTok is very influential. Life is influential. Your friends are influential. I still do believe how you grow up is the most influential thing in your life.
I agree with that,
So
100%.
if your mom and dad go, I ain't going to work, and then you become a star one day and be like, fuck it, I ain't performing. Morgan Wallen's parents probably never went to work.
It's probably true. Because like I can tell you, like our upbringing, it was like 6:30, 7 in the morning, doors open in our bedrooms. Get
No.
up.
Yeah, you were not allowed to sleep in Saturday morning.
Saturday morning didn't matter. You had to open the doors open and you had to get up.
And my mom would be on the phone, like,
Yelling
near our
and
door,
screaming.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's probably rare. Or maybe less, maybe more in this generation. I don't know. But it really seems like so many people phone it in. And I think something happened during COVID. Like there was something where like nothing mattered anymore.
I'll tell you a good story because like someone that's actually a professional, Nas. I went to Nashville with Anthony and to see Nas at like the equivalent of the Hollywood Bowl, whatever it is in Nashville. We're sitting backstage and we're in like his dressing room and having a cocktail. He's just making jokes, roasting all of us, having fun. And Gabe comes in and is like, hey, it's showtime. And he's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And he just starts walking in and he's making fun of all of us. And boom, he goes in. What up, Nashville? And he does a show for an hour and a half.
Yeah, and look, obviously he's been doing it a long time. He's a professional. He gets that. I think there are people like that still in life that take their job seriously and care about what they do for a living. But for whatever reason, like it's becoming acceptable to be fucking half-ass.
Yeah.
I was talking to my wife about this today. We were leaving baseball game today. And we're talking about like how some, kids are getting into it now and like they're going to practice and like when you see your kids do well, there's like the parents, they start thinking of an inkling of like they could be a professional and you want that hope. It's fun. I get it. And it's fun because you start taking it seriously. And a lot of parents, and I'm sure a lot of parents listen to their podcast, their kids are good at sports. Maybe it gets them a college scholarships, or maybe it gets them to the high school they want, whatever, pros. So then I was like using the reference of baseball. And then she's like, yeah, kids, really get into baseball and they get the coaches and they start training and all this stuff. I was like, yeah, that happens. I was like, the problem is, and I could tell you that it's clearly not effective, is because if you looked at Major League Baseball, they're not Americans. The best player is Japanese, and the rest of the league is from Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic
Or Venezuela.
Venezuela. So it's like and so we started talking about that, and she was like, I think it's because they push their kids harder than we are pushing our kids. I said that's one thing, because we're talking about coaching. Because I'm like, the rest of the world isn't getting coaching like this.
No.
They just want it more.
So
and the parents push it.
I have very close friends who are Major League All-Stars.
Yeah.
And they think it's a complete joke the way parents in America try to coach their kids thinking that they have a shot.
Yeah.
They're like, you won't know till you're like 15, 16.
I know, but
at like 8 and 9, they're trying to get them private coaching.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this and that.
But that's not the inherent problem here. The inherent problem is that like we, like even in my kids' baseball league, they just introduced outs, and it's like winning and losing is not part of it yet, right? I know at an older age it gets there. Unfortunately, the rest of the world is operating on a different wavelength. I'm sure in Puerto Rico, the 4-year-old game is 3 outs, you're out, kid. Get the fuck out.
Loser. For sure.
I've been to Dom's games.
Loser.
It's a very touch and go. You can't do things.
Yeah, and like, even if you scream, and it's like they're respectful. So from the purposes of like the experience, it's obviously great for the kids. They all walk away happy and they have a good time and it's great. And I'm not questioning what they're doing. But in terms of like getting the best.
So it's interesting you say that, because if you think about 20 years before any of our kids are of age to be in these situations, 4 of the 5 most famous NBA players, the best NBA players, are foreign.
Yeah.
They're not American.
Yeah.
It's Jokic, it's Luka, it's Embiid,
Giannis.
and Giannis.
Yeah.
And then you have Steph and LeBron, but they're like the old generation.
Yeah, like 30 years ago.
What about Antetokounmpo?
Yeah, Giannis.
Yeah, yes.
So my point is like, we're just tanking.
Yeah. What sport besides football, which is only like an American
Because
thing?
only Americans play football.
Yeah. But there's, basketball, baseball,
I mean,
soccer.
baseball, I could talk to all my friends who played in the league. They're like, no one speaks English in the locker room.
Yeah. I have no reason to teach my kids English if they like baseball.
If they like baseball, they only need to know Spanish.
Yeah. They can count to 5.
Oh yeah, Bobby, we're gonna play baseball right now,
Home run, Poppy.
Home run.
But that's my point, is that like when it's such a reflection and you see it at a young age. And,
But isn't it like we're just kind of falling behind on everything?
but here
Well, but the thing is, they all still want to come here. That's where we win.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the founders, all the athletes, America's still the best place to come. As long as we keep that, if we lose that, we're fucked.
Yeah. So
But-
the one way I could accept if this was the right path, because look, at the end of the day, success, money is not the goal of life. It's to be happy and healthy. We are more lonely, more unhappy, more depressed with our youth than ever. And we don't push ourselves as much. And I saw it today in my own son. He just started playing coach pitch baseball. And you go to him, he struggles. He's a year younger than all the kids. He's not that strong, barely hits the ball. And he got called out on first base. He was crying, all that. Today, before I go, we had practice earlier, and I was like, swing hard, fucking power hit. Let's go. You hit the ball as hard as you can. First time, doesn't get a hit. Second time he gets there, he smacks the shit out of the ball, gets a double.
Wow.
And,
Good for Dommy.
And he comes back, he runs to me. He's like, you see that? You see that? And he was pumped and he felt good. The next time he got bat to bat, he got out at first. Normally he would cry.
Mm-hmm.
Walks over to me. He's like, that was a good hit. And he felt good. Like he has that confidence now. And I don't care what anyone says. Winning fucking gives you confidence.
And accepting failure gives you confidence.
Of course.
Too.
It's both those
Yeah,
things.
you need to accept both.
Yeah. And then
I used to go home crying after basketball games when I was like 9.
Yeah, of course. And I think now I'm seeing it with him where after baseball, he's like, I want to be good. I don't want to, like, he didn't say suck, but he just said, I don't want to be bad. I want to be good. I want to hit a home run in the game.
Yeah.
And so that, like, and look, some people may say that that's not healthy too. There's probably a view of people that say that's not good. I think, like, I'm the view of like, yo, this kid wants to win. If I had a kid who was indifferent, then I'm okay with that. He came to me and goes, I want to win. I want to be the best. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to play 3-4 years of baseball, be good at least. Why not?
Well, it translates to the
Real life.
rest
Yeah,
part of your life. Like,
exactly.
you're going to fail in business. You're going to fail in school. You have to learn how to figure out how to fix yourself and get better.
Yeah, and I think that to me is like when we had this baseball conversation, and I see that like specifically, it's easy to say in sports. I mean, let's look at corporate America. Who are all the CEOs? Like FOB Indians. Like they're not even from America Indians. They're all from India.
Yeah, of course.
And so I would say we're at a disadvantage because whatever they're teaching over there is clearly
they came in with. They're ready to battle.
Yeah, they're gonna I'm gonna stomach the pain to be successful. And like to me, like that.
I mean, even if you think about like some of our cousins that have come over from Bangalore.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they listen or not, but if they do, they come over with this grit.
Yeah.
That they're like, I'm gonna
make it.
I'm gonna outwork everyone.
Yeah.
And whatever they're doing, and they're all very smart. And they've done extremely
well. Insanely well. For their age, what they're doing is crazy.
I think a lot of it is entitlement too, you know? Like I think like when you're born here and your family's been born here for generations, it's really easy to just be like, yeah, I'm American. I deserve
and it's easy
this.
To blame.
I deserve.
It's easy to blame. It's easy to blame.
If you come over here or your parents came over here from another country, you realize that you're lucky to live here and you're going to do whatever it takes because this is a great country. Like you just see it that way. I'm not trying to go on an America rant, but I'm trying to say like you see it differently. You see like I didn't live here. I would like to. It is better than my country. I'll do whatever it takes to survive there. Whereas I just think there's an entitlement in people that are in some people that were born here and whose family members have been born here for a long time. It's funny that we even have to talk about like, is it healthy or unhealthy for Dom to want to do good at baseball? Like that's the same mentality, like with your friends. Like if you're being a bad friend, you sometimes you have to be like, hey, you know what? I want to be better at that and go do it. Or if you're being a bad husband or you're being a bad anything, like it's all the same. And if you just think like, no, that doesn't matter. And it's unhealthy to be like competitive. It's just so crazy that that's become so normal that like, you know what I mean? Like that we even talk about it.
But put it like this. We were at the Laker game. The two biggest stars of the Laker game were not American. Pat Bunny and Lewis Hamilton.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
They had the best seats.
They had the best seats in the house and they were not American. They got the biggest cheers. And the number one song on Spotify now is another, Spanish artist. It's like, it's just like, what are we doing? Like, kind of a joke.
It's concerning for sure. And I hope that the next generation, I don't know, you're in the school system.
Yeah.
What are they saying?
I think it's changing.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel it in like where Dominic's going to kindergarten. They're teaching their kids to win. Like they should. Yeah, they're encouraging competition. They're encouraging
The only thing that I think is like been lost in the last 20 years is it's been not okay to fail.
Yeah.
We've accepted like no one fails.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to fail. I failed a million times.
Yeah.
We've all failed a million times.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out what failure means to you and what do you do when you fail.
Yeah. And like, you come to all the games. It's hard for Dominic doesn't listen to me when it comes to like sports and stuff like that. You'll go talk to him, get him pumped up, and then he feels good and he goes back out there. That is like, I don't know how everyone else handles it, but like you got to get them back out there.
Yeah. I mean, I've had like heart to hearts with Dominic and I was just like, look, we came to see you.
Yeah.
You gotta show up.
Don't bum me out.
That's like waiting to bring Dom and Vivian for no reason.
Yeah, and I think,
and he was like, "All right, give me 1 minute."
Yeah,
and he understood it.
Yeah, and I think, look,
no pressure.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You need pressure. He felt that, like we tell him, a lot of people are coming out to see you today. We're not asking you to hit a home run. We just gotta participate. You gotta show up. And then when he hit it, he felt good.
I wish I saw the hit.
Yeah, he smacked it to the outfield and he felt good. And
you got to get Mikey to get him those private lessons.
Mikey was there. He was like, "Oh, that's a good hit."
That's a good impression.
Mikey's funding all our kids' baseball lessons. That's the
no, but it comes. It all started with Lil Wayne giving up. Yeah, and I think too many people wake up in the morning and say, and they sail it in. I don't need to wake up. I don't need to go to work. I don't need to show up at the concert.
As long as you're having fun.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
we
if you're
live in.
going to pay bills.
Win or
I mean-
lose doesn't matter as long as you're having fun doing it. That's the world we live in.
I fucking hate that.
No, but it's true.
But no,
But also at
you
the same
should-
time, I feel like we're like, oh, but then ChatGPT's stealing my job and it's not fair. And, like there's this like, you can mail it in and then it's cool to, like corporations are all corrupt. I don't even care anyway. Like I don't know. There's like this dual thing happening of like mailing it in is cool and also saying like kind of playing the victim in, that's cool too right now. And I think it changes. I think it's a phase.
I actually do think it changes. I think there'll be I actually think weirdly like Gen Z kids are more alpha than millennials are. I think millennials are the softest group. I actually used to think Gen Z was. I actually think millennials are the softest group.
So millennials, we're technically millennials.
I'm like on the border. Yeah, you guys are millennials. I think how we may have kind of came up. Like I know there's a lot of young people that sail it in every day. I think that's just a young person thing in general. Like you don't give a shit. But I think there's a part of people that like if you're a millennial, you went through 2008. It's fucking sucked. Right?
Then COVID.
Think about it. You were in high school or college during 9/11, .com bust. Then you go to 2008, and then you get COVID. You're a full-fledged adult, maybe have a family. You're kind of like, fuck, I can't catch a break.
Yep.
Like, I think it's pretty devastating for like our age group. There's 3 things we had to go through. We're like pretty like
beaten down, you're saying?
Yeah. Like, I'm beaten down from it. That shit was... All of those things were like...
All 3 were terrible.
Terrible. Like, our lives got changed because of those 3 things. And so, I get it. Like, everyone's beaten up and whatever around it.
But also, you can compare that to like the World Wars and the Great Depression, you know?
I agree. And I'm not saying... I
honestly think, like, forget from the violence perspective of World War II. I think COVID is the equivalent.
But you wanted us to stay locked down.
Yeah. Get the jab.
Get the
it's Sunday. Get your jab.
I'm going to CVS straight from here.
He said he
Bring
got
in the nurse.
The only shots this guy's had is 3 shots of Lo Siento. That's all
There's no booster in that. You're just calling those your boosters now?
Yeah. Right after this.
I do. I agree. I think that it's, but I also think like, who knows? Probably social media where it looks like everyone's rich and it looks like nobody's trying, probably doesn't help.
It also like, I think the problem was a lot of people were posting that they were making so much money on crypto and NFTs and all these option trading.
Yeah.
And it made everyone have so much FOMO.
Plus, we know how many people like,
I think it's resentment. It's not FOMO. It's resentment. It's more of like, fuck, I'm not doing that. I didn't get to go on that trip. I didn't get to buy those shoes or that bag.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do.
I mean, your own employees asked me like, what do you think about Datadog?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's a great software. You guys should really look into it.
Yeah.
No, but my point is everyone's trying to get the quick buck.
Yeah.
But it's also like we see how many people, like over the years, the amount of people that I've seen, like the extent that they'll go through to fake it for social media, but like you don't know that. If you're just a follower, you're like, damn, that's probably crypto money or blah, 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 like.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff I hear every day about quote unquote people that like people revere, it's like, I mean, we heard something about a tech CEO the other day. You told me, and I was like, what? He's broke.
Who is it?
It's big. I don't even think I can go on the Discord.
This can't even be on the Discord.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's just like everyone's, playing that game. And then, but the problem is I actually don't care if everyone's playing the game. Fuck it. Go ahead. You enjoy it. You love it. Go for it. I have a problem with the impact it has on people thinking that that's the easy way around.
Or think that that's real life.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is like people see all this stuff and are like, okay, what am I missing out on?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the real negative impact of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it changes. Look, here's the thing. It either changes on its own or things get so bad that it has to change. Hopefully it's the first one, but one of the two will happen.
So there's an interesting dynamic happening, particularly in LA right now. The Writers Guild of America is on strike.
Yep.
And so I've a lot of friends in Hollywood that are all levels: actors, directors, producers, agents. I know people that are at the bottom of the rung, and I know the top, the absolute top. And all of them has said that this is going to be devastating, because not only are the writers on strike, they said the directors and actors are next. And so everyone says a minimum of 6 months. And I think I mentioned on the podcast, my friend's pretty high profile production company is pausing all their salaries starting real soon, June 1st. And that means you do not get paid. Do you know how many people in LA are not going to get paid?
I talked about this on the last podcast with Drama when you were in New York.
Yeah.
And I said, this is going to be a complete disaster for LA.
Yeah.
And I was like, the amount of wealth that is real estate, commercial real estate developers and screenwriters and Hollywood, entertainment law firms, agents, studios,
Caterers.
all zeros.
Yeah.
All zeros.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
Plus, what else is like happening that you have to believe causes another big impact? I know we're talking about the strike and that stuff, but for the last like handful of years, I don't know, 5 years, we've talked about how much, like, even it must be nice to be in like the studio rental business or the lighting business, or because everything was getting funded. Like everyone was just, there was like a content battle of just who can make the most content. Netflix had endless money. Everyone had endless money. Now that has drastically changed. Like ever since the beginning of the year, people, their budgets are gone, and they are only like, if you go meet with buyers right now, they are only trying to find the next Succession or the next Ted Lasso. And it makes it impossible, because how the fuck can you even do that? But like,
and everything
the
else
money's
is
not flowing.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. And then you have ChatGPT, and then you have strike, and then like that whole,
and
it's crazy.
Bard. I mean, I don't know if you guys listened to the last All In. Shout out to D on Jason Calacanis' podcast.
Yeah, I saw that clip. Hot. Shout out to D. Shout out to talking about
Shout
group
out to
chat.
D.
But I didn't.
He talks about group chat.
I didn't
listened to
see
the full
All
episode.
In. Fill us in.
No, but so I listened to full. I'll give little praise to D, even though I don't like to.
No, I heard it. It was great.
I heard him on This Week in Startups, Jason Calacanis' podcast. It was an incredible episode. Everyone should go listen. D, talked about his entire career, talked about group chat, talked about a lot of different things, which are super interesting. And I even tweeted, I was like, I know everything about D, but this actually was an interesting content to check out, like, despite like me knowing everything. Yeah. So I thought it was an incredible podcast. But they even talked about on All In how Bard, which is Google's AI, OpenAI's competitor, how it's better than OpenAI.
Wow. So OpenAI's over.
And they were saying, like, Jason put in the prompt, like, who is Chamath Palihapitiya? And it said, like, all these, like, like, I'm not going to repeat these things, but you guys can look at it. You can listen to the pod. And then who is Jason Calacanis? And it literally described them to a T.
So it incorporates Google search data.
It must be.
So
I think that's the thing. I think it utilizes like live search, whereas
then OpenAI is toast because Google search data.
And that's what Friedberg was saying, how Bard was just like
dead in the water.
Bard's like way better.
You know what else it accesses is like transcripts from YouTube. So like if you say like, what did they talk about? Like, what is group chat's stance on Donald Trump? It can tell you.
No, it was unbelievable what they were putting in, and they put it on their YouTube. I saw that I was watching it. I actually watched the
OpenAI is toast.
OpenAI's done.
It seems likely.
This is what I said 2 weeks ago. How Friedberg was like, you think Google's sitting on their hands like they don't think they know what they're doing?
The stock was up 11%.
It's up 150 billion.
Yeah. I think we got to go all in on it.
I said this. It's the same like my Facebook call.
Yeah, well, put the money up, Anand.
Yeah, you pussy.
Stop fucking
pussy AI. That's
bets.
Anand. Pussy AI.
Get on the field. This is what we were just talking about 10 minutes ago. Dry your tears, get on the field, and put your money up.
Yeah.
I think I'm late.
No,
Google's hot.
no chance. A
It's
couple
just the
hot
early-
announcements.
And you know, you're seeing. It's funny because like I'm reading every day the headlines of all the startups in the AI space getting a lot of money. They're very fascinating businesses. I actually think a lot of them are really, really cool. But you see what OpenAI did, right? And it was like transformational. And then Google one day just goes, "Here you go." Can you imagine?
That's what the whole point was.
But even
they've been working on this for 10 years.
and I guarantee you, Facebook has too.
Yeah. Don't worry about Zuck. He's coming.
Yeah, Zuck AI is coming.
Yeah.
He's gonna beat the shit out of the next Indian boy at the jiu-jitsu gym, and he's gonna launch a new.
You said boy. He's beating the shit out of like 16-year-old Indians. Yeah. No, yeah. I totally agree. But like, what happens? Like, is OpenAI just fucking
Well, 'cause
toast in a month?
But it wouldn't be shocking. Here's the thing: the beautiful thing about that ecosystem, venture technology, is that like you could be the hottest thing in the world one day and then just get fucking toileted
Yeah.
because
It
technology
happens so quickly.
Because it's technology.
So OpenAI, we thought was the greatest company 6 months ago or last 2 weeks, and then Bard just launches and it's better.
I mean, all the Twitter threads went from, I get like, because I follow all the AI shit, I get, here's 83 things you didn't know Chat GPT could do. And now it's just going
It's
like,
just Bard.
it'd just be like, all the things Chat GPT can't do, Bard can. It's just like,
And Bard's free.
yeah. Free is tough.
And think about the integration that Google already has into phones.
Yeah, YouTube and search. Yeah.
I mean, they have all of our data
Yeah.
for our entire lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, you've been searching on that shit for a while. Damn.
Yeah, it's
American
pretty rough.
exceptionalism is still alive at Google.
I
It
was
is,
long
man,
Google.
Yeah.
I didn't bet it. I didn't bet Zuck.
But bet it. It's still
I
it's
just-
still down year over year.
It's still way down over 2 years.
It's the best company in the world.
Yeah.
It's
It
down.
was
I mean,
dead
in August.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we were like, this guy's fucked. OpenAI.
Yeah, it was
I
higher
don't-
in
I don't-
August.
Larry and Sergey, they're real guys.
Yeah. I mean, they're 50.
Yeah, they're not that old.
They're not that old.
Zuck, he's 36.
Damn. That's why he's beating everyone's ass.
Yeah.
He's beating a bunch of 17-year-old Indian boys.
I just line up the little boys. Let me pin them. It sounds real creepy, but it's not. It's just like gathering 14-year-old Indians to fucking tap out.
Well, there's a very famous episode of Seinfeld, if you ever watched it, where Kramer kept saying he goes to karate. And they finally go see him at karate, and it's beating up like 12-year-olds.
That's amazing. That's amazing. There'd be a really good like meme, put Zuck's face on that instead of,
Oh, that's a good one.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I think we did it.
Yeah.
We did it, man. Bubble talk. This was good.
Bubble talk.
Bubble chat. Anything we're
Eric,
missing?
we
Any
dropped
shout-
these camo hats.
Yeah. I always end up screwing myself. Like, like Drum and I were talking off the air about like, are you making this shit yourself? I was like, yeah. So I actually like press everything, every hoodie that we sold, every hat, I press it myself at the office. And
The
What do
Five.
you
Screen
have over
printer in the
there?
world.
You have a screen printer
Uh-huh.
in the office?
Got a sweatshop in his office.
so no,
I'm going to come
so
over there and do some
yeah,
looking
come over.
around.
So the front of the hoodie is like a Dimension vinyl I got in downtown from like a legit spot that like big brands, Fear of God, they all use the same vinyl. And then I have a vinyl cutter and I press them. And then the back, it's screen printed transfers. So it's actually screen printed, but then they put it on a transfer and then I just cut them and heat press them as they sell. It's just easier.
Wow.
Anyway, so Five found these random like real tree looking camo hats on like Amazon, and he was like, "Can you put a group chat thing on mine?" And I was like, "Yeah, bring the hat." And he brought it, and it's like different material than the trucker, so it didn't like it looked kind of like funky.
Vintage, yeah.
And he was like, "I love how this looks. It looks vintage." And I was like, "All right." And then I think he posted it and tagged you guys, and then
Yeah.
he had like 2 extras, and I made another. And of course, the one you don't sell is is highly requested. People are like, oh shit, when's that dropping? I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
So luckily, my whole life is how to make it in America. So I'm in downtown every day sourcing, finding this. And I ran into this random warehouse I've been to before. And I was like, I remember they had like funky materials. Let me just check. And I walked in and I saw a ton of hats, like camo hats. And I was like, fuck it, let me buy them. So then I started making a couple and I was like, dude, let's just launch it. Limited run. So Drama's wearing one now. I'm wearing the same hat, but it's Try It, my own brand.
What's interesting, Eric's an example of the opposite of what we're talking about. Eric, if you don't know, Eric Deluxe, a good friend of ours, is a DJ for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
Has done extremely well financially. And, you know, in this part of his career has decided to go into being a creative in the apparel space. And Eric is grinding and screen printing.
I'm working harder, not smarter.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with Eric. He could go get a $10K check in Cancun.
Yeah.
But instead, he's like, I want to build this business.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point, is that like he can easily just go Encore Beach Club, black out 4 nights a week and make a fortune.
Yeah.
But you choose instead, you're like, yo, I want something different. I want to expose myself to something different. And you're like, when you were telling me what you were doing, that was what I was doing 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. You know, grinding it out on Main Street with, you know, all the Koreans, like trying to figure out how to make a t-shirt, a hat, whatever it is.
But when you were doing that, I was making good money.
DJ.
So it kind of, no, to your point, like, dude, you get older.
Yeah.
Nightclub, like how often can you be on a plane, in a club, staying up, drinking late? So it's just like, for me, I made some good decisions in my life listening to Anand for a couple of years where, like, you know, got a little bit of money saved, got some property, whatever. So it's like, okay, let me take a step back. I'm not stupid, you know, like I am working harder, not smarter, but I also know I'm okay, you know? So let me just take time to build something else. And I still DJ. I'll do Vegas. Still do Win, Encore. I still do Tao Group stuff. But that's really it. I don't do Miami. Don't
Eric,
do
can
Chicago.
you tell him what I told you about 7 years ago? I said, take 2 of your DJ checks.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I said,
all right. So early
2016.
2016. I was talking to Anand and he was like, take $10,000, put it in Ethereum, and take 10,000, put it in Bitcoin. He goes, download this fucking app called Coinbase, whatever. I'm like, okay. So I get on Coinbase and I'm going to listen to him.
Yeah.
At that time, you had to like put your bank account and then it takes
Driver's
like
license,
a few weeks to get like cleared or whatever the case is. But through credit card or debit even, you were allowed to put $40 max. So I put $40 in Ethereum, which gave me like 5 coins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, or 4 coins. Because it was like $10 Ethereum at the time. And then I was like, all right, whatever. So my shit gets cleared, get the email, kind of ignore it. I just like, I still don't understand what this is. Next, you know, I check and like Ethereum's at like $100. And I'm like, too late, missed my chance. And I just, whatever. And then it's at like 150 and I had another conversation. He was like, no, trust me, it's still early. And I put some money in it, but I did the math, you know, when it was at its peak, whatever, a year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
$4.5 grand or whatever.
Oh my God, bro. Let's just say I would not be making your hats. I would
So
not
you didn't
be
do
making your
Bitcoin
hats.
either at that time?
I did, but not like what I should have.
Not 10K.
I just told him, I was
No.
like, literally, I told you, take 2 gigs and just don't use that money and put in there.
And I was going to do it. I just kind of, fuck, I'm an idiot. I'm an
He
idiot.
told me for just to make you feel better. He told me the same thing, probably every day for like 3 months.
Yeah, because I was actually
in 2016.
right next to you, like 5 feet.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
at
do
that
it
time
either.
you were making a fortune off Reckless, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, think about if I
could've-
put a small piece of that fortune into Bitcoin.
That's
Yeah.
true. You wouldn't be selling cards.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn it. I'd be, what would I be doing?
Golfing.
Yeah, golfing.
Yeah, you're already golfing with Barack
that's what I'd be
Obama.
doing. That's what I'd be
Golfing.
doing. I was trying to think of what I'd be
golf's
doing
already living.
differently. Yeah, I would be
just
a
golf.
member at Bel Air. I wouldn't just be
Yeah, not a guest.
waiting for invites.
Oh, by the way, I have one last thing to talk about. So our good friend Mickey
Mm-hmm. I was with
at
Mickey.
Mag Park,
Mm-hmm.
which is a very popular sneaker store in Burbank and Topanga Canyon in the mall. The Burbank store got robbed.
Yeah.
And I was traveling and
I hope they
At
don't
like
have
4 in the
hedges.
yeah, exactly.
God forbid.
When he was traveling, I
So
was
it gets
traveling and
robbed within the mall.
no, in Burbank, on
Burbank store.
Magnolia,
Got it.
which is an insanely safe street. It's like wild that this happened. He's been robbed a couple times there. And he's got, high profile apparel, footwear, whatever. Gets robbed and he texts me. He sends me like video. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm so sorry. He's like, but I just did KTLA. I wore the group chat.
I
So all of a sudden, everyone's like texting me. He's like, yo, Mickey's on KTLA for the group chat.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I'm like,
Thank
what
you,
are they
Mickey.
interviewing for? He's like, because we got robbed.
No, I sent a screenshot in the group chat, and I was like,
Yeah.
terrible news, but hot at the same time.
Oh my God. Well, way to turn a bad situation into a good one, Mickey.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, to my point, I started doing stuff because making good money and DJing a club and like just getting drunk and seeing people drunk just wasn't fulfilling anymore.
Damn,
And like
it's
even
pretty
just
fulfilling for
looking
me.
at this screen or looking at D with the hoodie and drama with the hat, it's just like that enough is satisfaction where it's just like, okay, cool. I make like $30 off of it, but
Luckily, you don't need it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
funny.
I mean, we had a good run. I would say some of my greatest memories are, finding you at some random fucking club in the DJ booth. So, you know what? I
Playhouse.
appreciate it.
now
and,
it's just Vegas. I'm still doing it. Don't count me out.
Well, I'm
Still
counting
doing
myself
it.
out.
Just Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're out.
Yeah, I
You've
won't
been
be
out.
in the DJ booth. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been out.
But hey, it's good. I'm glad we can still work together and not be hungover after.
Yes.
This is great.
Wait, so that being said, tomorrow?
We will
Oh, yeah,
drop
when
the
do
hat
they drop?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, shopnewrepublic.com.
There you go.
Shopnewrepublic.com. Camel has very limited because I make them one by one. And just so you're
Handmade,
listening,
bro.
by the way, like I said, I'm pressing them, and on this fabric, it doesn't stick, but it gives each hat a unique look. So not one is the same. They're all unique.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay, last announcement. LA Tech Week is back, and it's only right that we do an event.
When's LA Tech Week?
June 5th through 11th. So all Chatty Cathy club members, the information will be in our Discord. So if you're a member, you're invited. It's going to be at the Lo Ciento House in Venice, which is insane. And it's going to be on June 6th.
Great.
Tuesday. I think we're going to do 6 p.m. in Venice. It's a sick venue. Obviously, everyone's going to be out here for that. But you have to be a Chatty Cathy club member.
Wow.
Good
Tequila,
deal.
tequila. We should make a special merch that we'll give to everyone that comes.
Maybe let's just not drop these camo hats. Save it for that. Screw everyone. No, okay.
No, but this is people that
something
can't
new.
come.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
the people
okay,
that can't come. I want to make something where it feels like you were there, like, with the date and the location and like,
okay.
you know what I mean? Like you were here.
Got it. But people want more Kathy hats. The member.
Yeah, I know.
Remember.
We had some technical.
All right, we'll do it.
All right, June 6th, Chatty Cathy Club members. I know people live all over the world that are in the Chatty Cathy Club. Book a flight. Come on out. It's summer in Venice. It's going to be ridiculous.
Hot.
I was in
on
Santa
out.
Monica today with my wife for Mother's Day. We just walked around. It was so fucking crowded. It was insane.
The boys are out on the west side.
The boys are out on the west side, yes.
Boys are out, yeah. And the
You know,
weather's
there'll be a meet and greet with the boys. There'll be a meet
Yeah,
and
we'll
greet with
get
Javier
Javier.
and his friends.
Yeah,
We'll have them in the corner. They'll take pictures. They'll do a shot with you.
yeah,
They
yeah.
might take too many shots.
Take a booster. We call them boosters.
Yeah, boosters. Oh, that's a good drink thing. You know, like on the menu,
Yeah.
a booster. And
You
it's
get the
just
full vax.
shot of
You should have
tequila.
the full vax, and then you can add a couple boosters.
yeah, the full vax is a margarita, and a booster is a shot.
Yeah.
Can I get a Pfizer soda?
Yeah. Get a Moderna.
Moderna on the rocks. Yeah.
Get a myocarditis.
Oh my god,
with
that's
an
it.
extra
That's the
booster.
drink menu for the party.
That'd be funny.
100%.
Yeah,
That's good.
That is good.
Get a woke on in warm
Yeah.
Vodka soda, baby. Vodka soda.
The Bud Light.
Woke on definitely has to be a Bud Light.
Yeah. Oh my god, we gotta have Bud Light there.
Yeah, unlimited Bud Light at the party.
Unlimited.
Oh my god. Okay, is that it? No shout outs, right?
That's it.
Okay. All right, we went long. We'll do questions on the next one. Thank you everyone for listening.
We
Have
actually have a lot
great-
of happy birthdays that we haven't done. Happy birthday to Anthony Dude Bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Happy
Dude
birthday
Bro.
to John Turgeon.
Yes.
Happy birthday to
Morgan Stewart. Happy birthday to her. She's happy birthday.
my friend Deepa who listens.
Yeah.
Andres.
Yes.
I don't know if he listens, but
Yeah.
happy birthday
my
to
mom.
him.
Yeah.
Today's my mom's birthday.
Oh,
your mom's
happy birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Nice.
Good.
And Mother's Day. Wow, what a big day.
Yeah, she got it a lot today. It's a big day.
But drama didn't fly
And
out.
Sid Malia.
Shut your
Happy
damn mouth,
birthday to
Ari.
him, Sid.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All right, love it. Is that it?
Yep, that's
Okay,
it.
we're out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great week. See ya Wednesday.
Peace.
Peace.